Hi and welcome to this look at the 14-day weather outlook. When I was putting this together, I had a look through my collection of weather photographs to see whether I could find any which showed snow in April, and I couldn't. This one was the latest I could find, which was taken in late March a few years ago. Now it's possible that within the next couple of weeks I'll be able to put that right and get some photos showing snow falling at least. So let's take a look at what looks like happening. I'm going to begin by having a look at the picture across Europe and the North Atlantic for the short term. It begins relatively quiet as it has been recently. We've got bits and pieces of rain in parts of the country, but it's mainly dry. Up to the northwest, we've got more persistent outbreaks of rain. Now, if we see what happens in the coming days, things are set to change quite markedly. So going through Thursday, we've still got bits of rain. And then as we go through Friday, what we can see is heavier and more persistent outbreaks of rain pushing southeastwards across the UK. And those are going to be followed by much colder air from the northwest. And in fact, there will be a risk of sleet or snow showers in parts of northern and western Britain during Friday afternoon and into Saturday. This chart here is for 2 GMT on Saturday the 27th of March, and you can see there's still bits of snow showing up there in the northwest. I've just run it through to its conclusion for this short section, and we can see that by Sunday the next batch of cloud and rain is beginning to push in from the Atlantic. Now, I mentioned the possibility of some sleet or snow showers as that band of rain clears southeastwards on Friday. Just to take a closer look at that, this chart is for 14 GMT on Friday the 26th of March, and it shows some snow showers there up into the northwest of Scotland and possibly down into northwestern England. Just jump ahead a few hours to 8 GMT on Friday the 26th of March, and again what we can see there is snow showers in the northwest, over higher ground in northern England, and possibly over the high ground in Wales. Also, there's a chance even of a sleet or snow risk over high ground in the southwestern parts of England as well, as some of those showers make it through. So it is going to be turning a lot colder for a short time later this week. The other thing to note is that it's going to become pretty windy as well. These are the forecast wind gust speeds at 10 metres above the surface at 1400 GMT on Friday the 26th of March. So coupled with those showers, when they come along, it will feel pretty cold. Now the temperatures themselves are going to be taking a dive. You can see the demarcation here. This is at 15 GMT on Friday the 26th of March. We've still got some of that milder air in the southeast as that band of rain will be clearing away. But temperatures in the north and central parts of the United Kingdom are significantly lower, well down into single figures. Those values don't look particularly low, but remember that when the showers come along, they will be taking a tumble. It's really, at this time of the year, the sun's very strong, so as soon as it makes an appearance, the temperatures do tend to rise pretty quickly, even when you've got a cold air mass. So that takes us through to the end of the week. We've got this short, colder spell, what looks like being a short-lasting colder snap or spell coming back, bringing the risk of snow in places. But what about the longer term? I'm going to run this sequence, which starts at 03 GMT on Sunday the 28th of March. And at the outset, what we can see is the next band of cloud and rain pushing in from the Atlantic. And that will push across the United Kingdom. And as we go into the early part of next week, we've got high pressure to the south of the UK, and there's a potential for some fairly mild upper level air to affect southern and central counties just for a short time. So we could see temperatures rising quite significantly on Monday or Tuesday the 30th of March, Monday the 29th. In the north, it looks like that milder air won't be paying a visit, so it's probably going to be staying more changeable, cooler or colder up there. Now, just to continue through this sequence, as we head into the middle part of next week, things start to change. There is some uncertainty about exactly how this is going to play out, but what we're seeing from many computer model runs just at the moment is high pressure builds in the Atlantic and we start to get colder air pushing down from the north. There's uncertainty about how cold that plunge is going to be and whether or not it's going to make a beeline for the UK or not. It's quite possible that high pressure is going to end up centred close to the United Kingdom, and if that happens, the really cold air will probably make its way down into other parts of Western and Central Europe, with the UK staying under less cold upper level air. I'm going to run this sequence a little bit further forward. It is an operational run and we shouldn't take one of these model runs in isolation at this range, but I wanted to show it today because there is quite a lot of support for this scenario. So as we go through the second half of next week and into the early part of April, look at this. We've got low pressure into Scandinavia, high pressure over Iceland and Greenland, and very cold air pushing down all the way across the United Kingdom from the north and northeast. That's bringing the risk of sleet or snow showers to much of the country. And with the strong sun at this time of year, that does increase the potential for some heavy showers to form overland. So there could well be some heavy wintry showers, bringing sleet or snow even down to low levels if this is correct. In terms of temperatures, just coming back to Monday the 29th, I mentioned the possibility of it turning significantly milder in the south for a time. You can see on this chart, temperatures are reaching 16 Celsius, 17 Celsius wouldn't be out of the question in the south, but it's staying colder in the north. But that warm up, at least even in the south, now looks like it's going to be very short-lived if it happens at all. So how much support is for that really cold early April scenario, which the sequence I just played showed? This is from the same model run. It's a different way of looking at it. This time we're looking at the upper air temperatures on 00 GMT on Saturday the 3rd of April. You can see this cold northeasterly flow coming down across the UK, bringing those sleet or snow showers. The European model at the same time shows a similar pattern. It's a little bit different. The coldest air here is probably just to the west of the UK there, going down into the Atlantic, but it's still pretty cold across the UK for the time of the year. Now, the Canadian model at the same time shows an even more potent northerly blast. This is really cold for the early part of April, and it would certainly bring risk of widespread sleet or snow showers down across much of the country were it to be correct. Now, the other scenario which I mentioned is for high pressure to be centred close to the UK. This is also from the GFS model, which the sequence was generated from, but it's from the next run. The sequence was from the 00Z run, and this is from the 06Z run. So it was generated with data initiated 6 hours later, and it's actually plumped for a slightly different scenario. We've got that high pressure closer to the UK, a little bit closer to the UK, and the sort of really cold air doesn't actually make it down across the UK in the same way as the earlier GFS 00Z run had done. So this is certainly a possibility of this less cold but probably quite dry picture with high pressure building in from the west. I think there would still be a risk of nighttime frosts were it to verify, but we wouldn't be seeing the sleet and snow showers which some of the other model runs were showing, at least not to the same extent. So to put a little bit of context around this, here's some of the Ensemble data. This is for London. It's showing the daily summary of 850 HPA temperatures. So if you remember, those are at about 1,500 meters above our heads. They used to give a good indication of how cold or warm the air mass is at a given time. And this is showing a summary day by day for the next 16 days. Purples and blues are indicating relatively cold upper level air. The yellows and greens indicating milder upper level air. And what we can see is in the short term, the column goes completely purple. That's on Saturday the 27th of March. That's Friday, Saturday. That's when we have that initial short-lived cold plunge from the northwest. Upper air temperatures then recover through the following days a little bit. As I say, there's the potential for it to become quite mild, even relatively warm for a short time in the south of England. But then there's a big switch back towards purples and blues as that colder air comes down from the north or northeast. So this is suggesting that about 60% of the runs in the ensemble are favouring upper level air temperatures to dip back below -4 Celsius by Saturday the 3rd of April. And in fact, by Sunday the 4th of April, 10% of those runs are going for upper air temperatures to be below -10 Celsius, which is very cold for the time of year indeed. So this is suggesting a good chance, as I say, about a 60% chance of that colder spell which the sequence was showing actually happening. In the north, I'll go up to the northwest here, Glasgow, we can see a similar pattern. The key differences, I think, are that in the short term, you don't see the warm-up happening. If you remember, the sequence showed the mild air really just pushing up into southern parts of Britain for a short period of time. So in the north, it's remaining colder. And then, as we go into the early part of April, you can see the blues and purples once again increasing, indicating the likelihood of that cold plunge from the north intensifying during that period. We can see on this we've got 13% of the runs in early April going for upper air temperatures to be -10 Celsius or lower for a period of time. So this suggests is offering support for a north or northeasterly plunge down across the UK. As we're in a more northerly location than London, there's a greater chance of it hitting, so to speak. So there's good support for this transition to a colder period in early April. Now, if you take a look at the 2-metre temperature spread for the next 16 days, I'll use a graph for this one rather than the data table. This is the London plot. And what we can see is in the short term, it turns colder, but there's that increase for a period around the 29th or 30th of March as warmer upper level air moves into the southern part of Britain. You can see temperatures forecast to be perhaps 16, 17 Celsius for a short period of time. Maximums those are, of course. And then there's a clear downwards trend developing again as that cold plunge from the northeast develops. As I said, at this time of year, even with very cold upper level air, it is going to warm up quite quickly when the sun appears. So maximum daytime temperatures, even with a very cold air mass, are going to be climbing quite quickly in bright intervals. It's when the showers come along that they will take a dip and it'll feel particularly cold. But as you can see from this, looking at maximums during the days of about maybe between 5 and 10 Celsius. So it doesn't sound desperately cold, but as I say, it's all to do with the strength of the sun at this time of year and the frequency of showers or longer spells of precipitation, which is what generally causes the temperatures to tumble during the days. Here's the 2-metre temperature plot for Glasgow. It's pretty similar. The key difference, I guess, is that we don't see that short-term warm-up being as marked as it is in the south. There is something of a increase in temperatures for a time as that initial plunge from the northwest fades, but certainly the maximums don't look like reaching the same levels as they're expected to do in the southern half of the United Kingdom. So just to give an example of the daytime temperatures, if we do get the cold northerly plunge, this is a snapshot for 15 GMT on Friday the 2nd of April. What we can see is that in the south, values are reaching 7 or 8 Celsius. In the north there, it's lower, as you generally would expect, 3 or 4 degrees being the maximums in the afternoon. But as I say, it really does depend on the frequency of showers and the amount of sun, because those temperatures will be very, very variable through the course of the day. Is it going to snow? Well, this is the data table for Cairngorm, and what it's showing is 6-hour time steps going across horizontally, and it starts on the 2nd of April and it's going through to the it's going through to about the 7th of April. And as we look down vertically, it's showing the output from each run in the Ensemble. Now, if the square goes purple, it's indicating that that particular model run at that particular time is forecasting snow to be falling, not necessarily settling. So the Cairngorm one, as you probably wouldn't be overly surprised, is showing lots and lots of purple. It's giving a strong signal that there will be snow falling falling over the Scottish mountains. How does that compare to the London chart? Well, here we go. We can see there's far less purple on it. It's down to about a maximum of about 30%. If you total those, you can see, I think the maximum for a given day is about 13 out of 33. That's about the highest value which is reached. But there is an increasing number of model runs which are showing this cold plunge. So perhaps you may see that percentage of snow risk increasing in the coming days. So to summarise the 14-day outlook, it's mixed and rather mild start with some patchy rain. During Friday, outbreaks of rain clear southeastwards, and then much colder air falls from the northwest, with wintry showers developing in the north and west of the UK, possibly even in the southwest over higher ground. Milder air then returns for a time, at least to the southern half of the UK. But as we head through week 2, it looks very much like turning a lot colder from the north as high pressure builds in the Atlantic. There's uncertainty about the extent of that cold plunge and just the depth of that upper level cold air. But at the moment, it's probably about a 60% risk of very cold upper level air pushing down across the UK, at least for a time. That would lead to the potential for heavy wintry showers with snow falling to low levels. Even in southern parts of the UK, the chance of snow falling, not necessarily accumulating, would be significant. If the upper level air mass does become very cold at this time of the year, temperatures during the days will still rise quite quickly during sunny spells, because there is a lot of input, there is a lot of heat now coming from the sun with the lengthening days. So even with that really cold upper level air, the potential for cold days is constrained by the amount of sunshine. The alternative scenario is for high pressure to become centred closer to the UK. I'd give that at about 40% currently. If that's the outcome, the days won't be as cold. In fact, it could feel quite pleasant during sunny periods, but the nights would still be chilly with the risk of frost, and it would more likely be dry with fewer showers. So that provides a summary, and I think it provides quite a contrast with the last update. This time there are a few weather fireworks in the pipeline, at least potentially, and it's possible that I'm going to be able to take that photograph of snow falling in April sooner rather than later. But as ever, remember, there is a good deal of uncertainty when looking at the weather prospects in the UK more than 3 or 5 days ahead, so it's not a given, not by any means. That cold spell may not develop as is currently looking likely. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. So that's it, but if you found this video useful and enjoyed it, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. Thanks very much now. Bye.